heading down Austin to play sold out shows, 'cause jumping off the deep end is alright. Ain't no point in wasting all your time with the dead end job or dead end money. Long as I got songs with a little bit of money, jumping off the deep end is alright. I remember the 4th of July, running through the backwoods and bell. Oh, I can hear the old hound dog barking, chasing down the road over there. Out on the bayou, out on the bayou, out on the bayou. Baby, survivor. Baby, what's going on? So, don't take me home.
The Country Underdog Podcast.
Yeah, I listened to one with Dustin Massey.
Dustin Massey, yeah. That was a good conversation. He's a cool guy.
Mhm.
He's a cool guy. But no, man. So, what have you been up to?
Well, school and work basically.
School? You
went and
still
got
going
a-
to school?
Yeah, I got in another master's program like a nerd. So,
A nurse?
a nerd. Yeah, no. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of shows too around here in the Fort Worth area, and I kind of migrated down to the West Texas area, I guess. Brownwood. I guess that's not too West Texas, but it's farther west than what Fort Worth is. So just kind of making my way around, starting
Okay.
places.
Way downtown.
Why don't you tell everyone where you're from originally and a little backstory about
Okay.
you?
All right. My name is Dylan Westmoreland. I'm originally from Antlers, Oklahoma, and I grew up there my whole life. It's like a population of like 2,000 people. It's really small. And then when I was before I joined the military, I was in the oil field in Stillwater, Oklahoma. So got the taste of the red dirt scene at the tumbleweed and stuff like that in Stillwater and that area. And then joined the military at 21 and was in the military from 21 to 28. And I got out in January of 2021. And now I'm here in Keller, Texas.
Keller, Texas.
Good old Keller, Texas. I'm originally from McKinney.
Okay.
So,
And I'm from North Ocean Hills.
yeah.
It's right next
Yeah.
to Keller.
Yeah, right next to us.
Yeah, I just tell everybody Fort Worth. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I just tell
Yeah.
everyone North Dallas.
Yeah.
But, so how long did you serve?
I was in for 7 years.
7 years.
So, yeah, I actually I got out of active duty in January, and then I got out of the reserves in June. So I was going to do reserves, and I was like, no. And then, so then I got out. I thought I would like it, but it was really unorganized. So I was like, no, I'm going to focus on music and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So, you said you're in a master's program?
Yeah, so I finished my master's in forensic psychology in the spring, actually, and then I actually work in business now. So I'm going ahead and getting an MBA in strategic management. And
Nice.
Yeah.
That is nerd stuff.
Oh.
yeah, so,
Hey, I was doing the same thing. I was getting my MBA.
yeah,
But I mean,
Nerd.
shoot, I decided I was like, I wasn't learning anything in my master's programs.
yeah,
So that was probably the first thing I've ever quit in my life was my master's, because I was learning more just doing what I'm doing like now
yeah.
with different businesses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it is mainly just because I had the GI Bill.
Yeah.
I went to school throughout the military and really used that. They have like this thing called tuition assistance, so I made sure and used it to get my associates, my bachelor's, and then finish my master's using that whole TA. And I'd used a little bit of my GI Bill, but I wanted to make sure and I didn't want it to go to waste. And so I wasn't in long enough to give it to, if I have kids and stuff. So I wasn't in long enough to do that. So
Okay. I got
it's been like 10 years or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I dated a girl in college. Her dad used the GI Bill on her, and she just paid for everything for us. It was kind of cool.
So the first time I ever saw you, you released a video on, it was either Instagram or Facebook. You were on bass and you were just sitting there with an acoustic guitar, just playing away. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so I really started trying to work on my Instagram when I was deployed. I know that I got deployed in December 2019 till July of 2020, and I really focused on social media over there. Just really in my free time, all I would do is play guitar and and write songs and post videos, because I kind of got everybody involved in it. It was kind of like a morale thing too, have multiple people involved. So I know that's when I came up with the idea. I called Kerry West from Rosewood Studios up, and I was like, hey man, like, do you want to do like an EP where I'm like over here and actually like record the acoustics in a tent over here, and then like we'll do the vocals and like a over here. And then I had all that stuff sent out, and that's where the idea came from, for the EP over there.
Yeah, so you released your EP in August of 2020, and
yeah,
that's a pretty good EP. I was listening to your music half the day today. You got any plans for new music coming out anytime soon? Or are you working on? Really?
So I'm working on my debut album right now at Rosewood, and it's definitely a totally different feel. I'm sure if y'all listen to any of my music, like my live videos and stuff like that, I have a real raspy voice, real alternative rock voice, like feel. So this, I know the Remember I'm Here EP was more laid back, more country, kind of like folky country, I guess. Just kind of that was the whole feel behind that EP. That maybe have like a little reflective moment, I guess. And then Deep End, Bed of Roses come out, and then that was kind of started getting a little rockier. My new single Deep End was really when it started amping up, and then everything. This whole album that I'm coming out with is very much like Goo Goo Dolls, alternative rock stuff.
Hey,
like it's pretty cool. Yeah. So
I mean, part of being an underdog, is having your own unique sounds. Not playing something that just everybody knows already. So
yeah,
we definitely.
I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
That's awesome. When do you when did you say you plan on releasing it, or you have a time frame yet?
I don't have an exact date yet. I'm definitely going to. I'll talk to Motion Theory Media, and I know we're going to do a music video to one of the songs. I know they put out some great stuff. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do it to a song called "Crying Out," and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the title track. I don't want to like set it in stone yet, but I mean, it's just a really, really good song. So I'm thinking that's the one we're going to do a music video to. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to release, but I know that, I'm in no hurry, because, this is my debut album. I want everything to be, perfect. I know that, I told Carrie, I was like, I really want to be involved. So I went and tracked all the acoustic guitars and like layered the acoustic guitars and everything. Because I really truly believe that, I mean, it's great to have like these amazing, talented artists in the studio that, can outplay anybody in guitar. But like, I feel like I really want to be a part of it, because nobody's going to play the song exactly the way I play it. Right. So I'm always going to be hypercritical of somebody if somebody else is playing it, even though they're really awesome.
Right. You don't want it to sound different on the album compared to the live version.
Yes,
too. So.
that's, yeah.
I completely get that. Is there a general theme behind this album that you're like when it comes to like a writing standpoint?
I think as far as the writing standpoint, I think it's going to be more like I know all the songs are pretty. There's definitely some like love songs. Like I know "Crying Out" is. I have this picture in my head when I wrote this song to where. And you might even have felt like this before too. Like if you've ever been like walking down a street in a small town, and it's like where the sun's just about to set, but all the shadows, you can see all the shadows on the ground. It's like kind of like a fall time frame, and you see like people kind of, you know, playing out, these kids playing outside, or somebody flying a kite, or, you know, all this small town stuff. And then, you know, just kind of looking back at your high school days, you know, maybe the football field, and just like, you know, kind of reminiscing on some of the, you know, relationships you've had in the past, or something like that. And, you know, just maybe you feel like the hook is, you know, crying out for you. You know, that's like one of the lines in a hook, you know, and it just kind of a big reflection for maybe somebody that's, you know, made it big, or maybe somebody that's, you know, been away from the town for a long time and comes back and has all these memories come, you know, flooding back. So I think that's definitely the title track of the song. I know Take Me Home is another one that's going to be on there. It really, you know, focuses on, I wrote it when I was deployed. It's basically him having a conversation and just wanting to come back home. So just really reminiscing on the good times, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I mean, that's great when you just want absolute perfection for your work. I mean, that's what we need artists like that in the world, you know. Would you say you have like an artist that you feel like is like a big influence in your life, or maybe someone that encouraged you to get you started or anything like that?
Yeah, I know I mentioned them already. I really like the Goo Goo Dolls, Dave Matthews Band, and then you can get even a little bit heavier, like Aerosmith. I love Steven Tyler's vocals. He's probably like one of the best vocalists to me of all time. Like, yeah, and his voice is like very raw. If you get what I'm saying, it's not like a lot of his great moments in the studio was what they call accidentals. So he'd get in a studio and he'd accidentally like, you know, screech a certain way or something like that, but it'd actually be like what everybody thought was amazing, you know? So I definitely would say them. Yeah, right. Just accidentally, you know, pull off a note and you're like, what? So, but yeah, definitely that era of rock. I know the Puddle of Mud. I'm a huge fan of like Puddle of Mud.
Okay.
All these guys kind of definitely like Three Doors Down. I love Three Doors Down. So a lot of this stuff that kind of goes into the writing. Yeah.
I mean,
so and it's kind of making a comeback. That kind of music's making a comeback.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, Three Doors Down is touring with Co Wetzel.
Yeah. So I mean,
so it's cool to see that like rock mix in with like country, like southern rock. It fits into like the Texas scene and all that kind of stuff. You got guys like Austin Upchurch, Cody West. All of those guys who fit in the Texas country scene, but aren't technically
really
country.
More rock, yeah.
They're more rock.
I'm surprised, and I'm still surprised people don't like talk about Cody West as much as what they. Because I mean, this guy, like, I mean, you never really hear as much about him as what you should be, and then you look at his Spotify listeners, he's like 300-something thousand a month. I'm like, this guy's big time, really making a move, and nobody.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't know,
Colby Cooper's like at 500, and Colby Cooper's a little bit more country than those guys.
Yeah,
but it's still similar, and a bunch of people are raving over Colby Cooper, but Cody West, it's weird how some people like take off more socially than others.
I feel like Cody West had like a turning point in his sound because he came out with his album Green.
Overgrown,
and then Overgrown was kind of like his turn into like, I guess, maybe like Green was like the hook, like I like country, I like to be that, and it's kind of rock and roll, and then he's like, I'm gonna play what I really want to play.
You know, I heard more an unreleased Giovanni and the Hired Guns track. I think it was yesterday, and it's just straight
comes
up
out with Friday.
Straight up rock.
He's a very rock and roll voice, and I'm a fan of it.
I mean, y'all have kind of a similar like raspiness.
So I know that's one of the, and that's what I really think is a big thing is like an artist, you can't it's so hard to do, but you can't worry about what people think. I know that, I played down in the stockyards one time and I was so worried about them, thinking that, hey, this dude isn't country enough, but eventually you just got to get, you got to push that out the back and, be real with yourself. Be like, they don't like it, they don't have to come, or they can go watch somebody else. And you're going to do better as an artist when you're just playing like what you feel like playing.
Exactly.
You know? Don't try to be, because if you try to force country, you're going to sound like shit. And if you're country and then try to force yourself to be rock, you're going to sound bad. So
everyone's voice is different. You got to go with what's most natural. When at the same time, you can also explore different genres, like a Sturgill Simpson, and who's done all kinds of different things, and his fans still respect him. So I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, when you build a fan base, they're gonna support you almost through anything you do. You know, whatever sound you go to, because they fall in love with your voice and your passion, not so much your lyrics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry, the mic was too low, I guess. So
it's getting too heavy. Is it too heavy for you,
dude? I gotta hold this damn thing, and you got a special stand. You had to break mine.
He broke the stand last podcast.
No. He moved. He adjusted it. He's like, "Be careful, it's about to break." And I was like, "Okay." So I left it, and he adjusted it, and it just went boom.
So he's got a hold it now.
It's like doing a 12-ounce curl for a long time. So
I mean, you
should be ready for beer drinking this weekend.
You see some guys do podcasts and they're just holding like a little iPhone microphone just close to their mouth, or just one of the little lapel mics, just talking to it.
Then you have like the Jocko Willink that's over here like really raspy and deep. Have you ever listened to any of his podcasts? It's like so serious. You never listen to Jocko. You need to go listen to one of his podcasts. It's pretty funny, like how close he gets to the mic. He'll have like his stand here and like be like all up in the microphone. You're talking real deep like this. Yeah. you gotta focus.
103.9 the sound.
Yeah.
Smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Smooth
just like that.
Jazz.
Yeah, I never understood. Even like singers, like they'll get up, they're like eating the microphone when they're singing.
But then when they get louder, they like back off and all that kind of
stuff. Making sure they don't get any of them accidentals,
Yeah. I mean, those accidentals that you were talking about, it's interesting because when you think about movies, some of the best moments like in comedies come from them just messing around and just unscripted things, and they become a part of the movie and some of the best parts. And I think that can be true.
You record everything.
Just record everything.
Yeah. Record everything.
Just play around. See what sounds good.
Exactly. I mean, and I feel like, that probably plays a role with you. I mean, whenever you're writing music, you may be going for a certain sound, but, maybe something else comes out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Better.
Yeah. That's the reason why I love, like, when a song is fully, like, I remember, like, when I did the Remember I'm Here EP, like, I would sing the song a certain way, but then, like, Best Friend, when I was singing the song originally, it wasn't quite like I did it on the EP, because I got the full sound back with them, adding drums and the bass and stuff like that. And then, I started hitting certain notes like a different way. That's the reason why I like getting that full production, as far as the music back, and then put the go in there and cut the vocals. Cause there's certain parts that, be like, oh yeah, this certain, range of my voice would sound better here at this part instead of the way I was. Yeah.
Which, I noticed, cause you submitted Deep End for our 2020 Country Underdog Award show.
Yeah.
And that was just a straight up acoustic version in a hallway and all that kind of stuff. And whenever you listen to the actual studio recorded album, you hit some damn good notes like that you don't hit on just playing acoustic.
Yeah. And it was funny because it was super funny because I was in there and Drew and Carrie was in there, and I was like, y'all guys don't laugh. All right. I play it back. I want to try something. And I hit the notes and he was like, holy shit. He's like, I didn't know you could you could sing that high. he's like, it's badass.
Did it hurt?
Yeah. No, it was just, I had this picture in my, I had this picture in my mind of when I hit that one note, right, going right into the guitar solo of just hanging on to that and just almost like an AC/DC or like, like an Aerosmith scream type sound. Like that's what I was going for, is like, that's what I wanted it to sound like. So,
I mean,
yeah, I got it back.
Yeah. Is that your favorite song to perform? That one?
No, I would say my favorite song to perform is, I mean, I love doing them all, but it's "Take Me Home." That one is just because I hit some pretty crazy notes in that too. Like, not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I love that song because like it there's a part of the song where it really hits up that higher register of I call it my head voice or whatever, that falsetto, but like raspy falsetto. And I remember when I first did I did an open mic at the Mule Barn in Justin, Texas, and I played that. And it was like everybody was like, "What?" Because I hit that, went from bam to like up here, and it's like, okay, I like that. So definitely excited to get that out.
Yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to toot your own horn, man. Nobody's gonna be your biggest friend other than yourself. So
yeah, you always got to stream your own music,
Exactly. Listen to it. Only your music.
Yeah, right.
I will tell you, my favorite song was the Best Friend song. Actually, I was listening on the way over here, and I started like reminiscing, thinking about my brother, and I actually sent it to him, and he like heart.
I appreciate that.
He heart emojied it, I messaged back.
You got Lorenzo in his feels, man.
He's like, "I love you too."
Hey, that's good. That was the whole point of that song. I wrote that song because I'd save text messages back and forth from me and my brother. And I put it on notes, just like get lines of the text message, and I put in my notes or whatever. Ended up writing a song, and it was just like I sat down one day, and I mean, it was kind of even when I wrote the song, it was emotional. You know what I mean? You get in that headspace, and I was like, dang, that's kind of sad. But you can hear almost like. I've heard multiple times when people like play that song, they can hear like just like, oh yeah, I've asked my brother that, like when are you coming home, or have you talked to mama, or have you talked to everybody says hi to you, you know what I'm saying? Just a normal conversation, but really just bringing it home, for people that's been away from their loved ones.
Shoot, you got me in my feels now. I haven't seen my brother since Christmas, and he only lives an hour away.
Yeah, my brother lives all the way in Lubbock. That's like 8 hours away.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, when you really start thinking about it, your family and stuff. That's really I mean, it's your best friends. I mean, you always have your family there. So,
Retweet,
especially your brothers.
So, what's been your favorite place to perform at so far, venue-wise?
I would definitely say the Mule Barn is my favorite so far. The sound is amazing there. The crowd's awesome there. I played there this last Friday. Me and Emily Kingston did a song swap there, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so everybody was into the music. Yeah,
that place is a great venue. I wish it was a little bigger because it would be getting crowded. But I love it. Up in Justin, Texas, beautiful little town. I liked it there. I mean, I went and saw Kobe Cooper there last year, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who can you see yourself opening up for? Like dream scenario, like like today's current scene of music, who can you see yourself opening up for, like really meshing well?
Yeah, I would definitely say probably like if I get a good band, even if I didn't, I would just acoustically. I feel like Dylan Wheeler would be a good match. That'd be a good match because the two Dylans, I guess. But just because his voice, I think his voice is is real raspy, is real rocky, and I think if that type of them type of people came and watched that show expecting that type of music, I mean, you wouldn't want to put me for I don't think that it'd be smart to put me with like a Randall King, just because like Randall King is, more of the traditional country, and then you have me as, singing rock music before Randall. I don't think that'd be a good match. I mean, the guy can sing. The guy's great. So, but yeah. So, but like maybe even a Cole Wetzel would be like probably my ultimate, just because I know all his fans are super wild, at the shows, and that's what I want to experience. I want to experience that wild crowd, because I feel like that gets anybody amped up more than anything.
You got to make a drinking song.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're going to see Dylan Wheeler this Friday.
Yeah. I could definitely see, like, not even you opening up for him. I could see y'all like performing together. Like, I could see that meshing really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah, Giovanni, he'd be another one. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Giovanni and the Hired Guns. I mean, guys are awesome.
Another wild crowd guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you're gonna grow like a mullet or something, like get wild with it, like look like Ace, Steven Tyler a little bit more.
no, I don't know. It'd have to. I don't know. It'd probably be hard for me to get used to some long hair. I'd have to give it a shot, but I don't know how long I could handle it for because I've been so used to cutting my hair.
Yeah, because of the military, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to grow a beard, but I can't. So
mullets are great. And mine wasn't long. It was just like right there. But man, I'll tell you, the worst part of having longer hair is drying your hair. It just takes forever. Take it for granted. We can just go like this, and you're like, all right, it's dry.
Do you believe in aliens?
do I believe in aliens?
He's calling me an
I don't
alien?
know. I don't know if I believe in aliens, but I definitely think there's some weird government stuff that's gone on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
What-
got some insight.
What can you expose right
Yeah.
now?
I mean, I don't personally know anything, but I just think weird stuff has gone on with the government. I think that they've tested out some pretty cool stuff, probably.
You think or you know?
No, I think,
It's awfully
but I don't know it.
Okay.
Awfully so.
I don't know anything, but as far as like that, but I mean, there could be. I mean, I don't know. You have seen some weird stuff come up online to where it's kind of like hard not to think that there isn't. So I don't know. You're like, I don't know.
Okay. So back to music.
Ooh, I got one. What's your take on playing the Forbidden Riff in Guitar Center? Would you ever do it?
What? Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No, because I know every time I'm in Guitar Center, you have that one guy that's super, super loud on the drums, or like super loud on the guitar, and you're like trying to concentrate, trying to
Like this
find
one.
something. It's freaking like, and then somebody's over there just, you're like, oh my gosh, like, and then you got somebody on the electric guitar just freaking doing like some Metallica or some freaking Crazy Train over there, and it's always like the same stuff. It's like you got LaGrange, like about the ZZ Top, playing, or the freaking some Back in Black or Crazy Train or something like that. So it's always the same songs, or what is it, Smoke on the Water? Freaking everybody plays.
That's what a lot of beginners first used to.
Yeah, I think I played that
learn.
in like middle school band or something.
Yeah.
But you said you've been playing a lot of shows. Are you touring, or are you just kind of like here and there all over the floor?
Yeah, so it's mainly like like places like the Mule Barn, or like Martian Margaritas is a place that I have coming up next weekend. And then you have like Sidecar Social or Boomer Jacks. So mainly like some like restaurant top places. I would like to move more into like the Magnolia Motor Lounge scene, like something like that. Or like the Yard House, I know is a big place. They like listening to music. I haven't been to the Magnolia Motor Lounge yet. I hear that's an awesome place. So
It is a cool place.
That's
It's
where
over on.
that's where Dustin Massey plays a lot.
Yeah, it's over on
Yeah.
7th Street instead of the Stockyards.
Mm-hmm.
A little different scene over there, but it's a very cool place.
yeah, I've definitely. I mean, you can see all these cool venues that like the Cody Hibbert plays, or like Dylan Wheeler plays, or anybody in the Red 11 group plays, and I'm like, dang, yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Because a lot of these venues they have like people that come to these venues, regardless of who's playing, because they bring in these people. So it's like, not only would it be cool to play, but it'd be good to like get that exposure as well.
We were talking about like who would be the ideal person you would want to open up for, and that kind of got me thinking that I saw Cody Hibbert play. He opened up for Trey Lewis, the Dick Down in Dallas singer. it was the weirdest thing. It was like you got this Asian country music singer opening up for this like Alabama TikTok sensation who sings about you know what. It was just an interesting combination, especially hanging out with him backstage. It was like, They did
was
not
it-
mingle.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Trey would be a heck of a. I think it'd be a good time to hang out with. But I mean, just watching his Instagram videos.
He was literally walking around backstage with a bucket of cheese balls, handing them out to us, and we had a bunch of Nerf guns, and we were all shooting each other.
I mean, yeah, that song. It's as crazy as that song is. I mean, they did a good job. Like, I mean, that's a good. That's a pretty good song.
I mean, I agree.
What was it? Austin Mead is awesome.
Oh,
His music's awesome. I feel like he has some pretty wild shows too. Throwing around the blow up dolls and everything. So it's pretty interesting seeing that. But yeah, no, I mean he puts on some loud, wild shows. It sounds like. So I mean he's a pretty cool artist.
Oh yeah, I mean you can just tell from his music videos too. Like.
Oh yeah, his music videos are recommend.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, Happier Alone music video was great. Like
yeah, I literally laughed watching
skating rink. Yeah, which one do y'all like better, the Co-Wetzel version or the original?
I like them both for what they are. I really like Austin Mead by himself, but the Co-Wetzel one, you just added a different element.
Co-Wetzel one's adds some humor to it. I mean, he's freaking janitor.
Out there on the floor mopping. Yeah, it's a good music video.
Yeah, any music video Co-Wetzel's in just looks like somebody thought of it while they were high or something.
It probably did. You're probably right.
Yeah, you're probably right, especially with the Austin Mead ones too. I mean, there is literally one where they're sitting in a car. Forget which song it is, and it's just smoke going around. And they're just.
Oh, I think it was "Good Die Young" or something like that.
No, this is Austin Mead one.
Oh no, never mind. Yeah.
Don't get me lying. I can't remember.
So, anyways, it's gonna bother us if we keep thinking about it. Quit thinking about it.
Sorry, I had to like reboot. So, yeah. Sorry about the conspiracy talk for like 2 minutes.
No,
No, I don't. I mean, no. There could be aliens. They're probably listening to this right now. It probably just is the FBI, though. You never know. So.
You think aliens would listen to your music?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. There is definitely some. Yeah, there probably is some people out there that they listen to, especially with some of the stuff coming out. So I don't know. Some of this Nashville stuff coming out. I don't know. They might listen to it.
Who do you think the aliens' favorite artist would be?
Probably Dylan Scott or something. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
Dylan Scott.
Oh my god.
Probably with all those 808s in there.
That's not even an instrument.
No, it isn't him. or is I don't know. I don't know. I probably should stop. He's probably gonna
get mad.
probably gonna sue me or something.
Defamation.
Hey, he's big time. Let him be big time. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they made it.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
I could get mean. I'm not going to.
We don't get mean on here. We don't bash people on here, remember?
Yeah, we don't bash people on here.
Remember? You
Lorenzo was trying to bash last time, and I was like, hey.
I'll bash you.
Later.
That's it. So that's how he broke his microphone stand, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room in the studio for activities.
Yeah, we're just.
And I need to come down there and.
Hey, chill.
I need to come down there and visit y'all in that studio.
Dude, for sure.
Yeah. Where's that venue we're going to Friday?
Country River Club in Tyler.
Oh yeah. I think it'd be cool if you came out and did a concert out here. You should.
Yeah. You can come hang out with us.
We'll do
the Silver Saloon would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
In Terrell?
I think that'd be an awesome venue to play. I noticed that Pecos and the Rooftops play there quite a bit, and then Gracie York I think opens up for them quite a bit there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool venue. They got a big dance floor and everything. Nice little honky tonk.
Yeah, we hung out with Pecos and Colby Cooper and then backstage.
Yeah.
You remember us getting kicked out?
We got kicked out
of backstage because
we kept drinking his beer?
because you know who wasn't of age and he was going to drink.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know what's funny though? Like we were back there, and I know Cooper is a large man, but I was standing next to him, and he's just a large man. He's like 6'10".
There's a picture of y'all, and he's all hunched
He's like
over.
hunched down, like, and I'm
like, these are my children.
yeah, I'm a big dude too, you know, like I'm like 5'12", you know.
5'12".
But he's a big dude. It's pretty cool though.
You only weigh like 180 pounds, dude.
Yeah, like 5'12", 180.
No, I think I surprised people. I'm pretty tall. I'm like 6'3".
Oh,
damn, you're a giant too.
Yeah, about 6'3" and about 230. Freaking.
I'm surprised you're not a linebacker, man.
So
No.
Tell us a little bit about your tattoos right there.
Oh yeah, so this is a rose. I got my grandma. That was her favorite flower. This is my first tattoo. It's a Bible verse I got right after basic training, and then I got this in Wyoming. It's just has some words in here. It's just a star coming through the skin. And then this was gonna start to be something, but it got stopped. I just stopped doing it. So it just, I don't know. It looks cool. So,
do the roses have any connection to your song "Bed of Roses"?
No, it doesn't. But I mean, I could say it did, I guess, but but it doesn't.
Oh shoot.
It's funny because that song was totally different before the Rosewood Studios got involved. It was like recorded way different. I'd released it way different, and I hated it, and I took it down. And I was like, I like the song. So, anyways, they listened to it and put some more music to it, and it sounds a lot better now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to write a song one time, and it was terrible. And so how does your music morph? Like, do you start out thinking it was like, I want to make a love song, and you just start out with that, and then it morphs into what it eventually becomes?
You know, honestly, when I wrote that song, I was like 15, so I don't even know what I was writing about. I wrote a lot. I wrote some of my best songs when I was like 15 or 16, and I'm like, you know, who hurt you, basically?
All those teenage hormones, all those emotions.
Wait, who is this?
I saw this TikTok yesterday. It was this brother was recording his sister, and his sister was just like slammed the door and like walked into the room and was like, what song was it? It was like, "Good for you, you look happy and healthy."
Oh yeah,
it was just like a 12-year-old girl,
yeah.
just like, who hurt you, like middle school girl.
Nothing's that serious, bruh.
Yeah, that's another artist that's kind of like bringing that music back, that alternative, like Avril Lavigne music. You know, they've like mixed her song, and then
it's literally Paramore.
Yeah,
she's literally. Yeah, it's literally Paramore.
Avril Lavigne. Yeah, I want to say Avril Lavigne, but yeah, Paramore. So they mixed it. What song was it that they mixed? "Good for You," and then it was a Paramore song.
Oh,
Haley Williams. Oh man, I wish I could.
You have your phone.
Hold on.
But anyways, yeah, they mixed them two songs together, and I mean, it was basically the same song, and then they would just, you know, interchange the lyrics every once in a while. But I mean, that kind of music is making a comeback. That alternative, that rock, that music is coming back. I'd almost call that like punk rock, I guess.
Which I'm glad, because
Misery Business.
Yeah, Misery Business.
There we go.
Whenever we were growing up, all that kind of stuff was the popular music. It was pop music, like the Green Day, the Three Doors Down, Blink-182. That was the popular music. Nickelback. Now it's just all.
I still love Nickelback.
Dude, I do too.
Like, no shame.
Chad Kroger can freaking sing. I mean, that dude got a voice. I mean, he can sing.
Yeah.
I go like, you know, so like at those bars, they got the touch tune, so you can like DJ with your app on the bar. Every time I put it on some freaking Nickelback.
Who turned on Nickelback?
Yeah, we were at a bar in Fort Worth. I think we were like at the library bar. I don't know how we ended up there.
Dude,
and
screw that place.
Why, you don't like it? They had books. So anyways, I put it on and I was just jamming, and some dude's like, "Who the fuck turned on Nickelback?" I was like,
turn on like Far Away. Everybody's in the middle of the dance floor, like just going back and forth, you know.
Away.
Freaking some Hinder, some Lips of an Angel or something.
Oh yeah.
Some Creed.
Hanging by what's that song?
That's Lighthouse.
Yeah, Lighthouse.
Lifehouse.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, those were the days.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah, and I think that's I don't know. I think this music. I mean, obviously it has its own feel. This new album has its own like feel to it, you know. But I definitely think that it's gonna bring back like my favorite song of all time is probably "Iris" by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Dude,
You know that's I don't know. Have you ever seen that video where he was in like Buffalo, New York, in the rain when he sang that song live?
I don't think so.
Oh, y'all need to watch that. That dude's a beast. Like,
I mean, the first concert I ever went to was Goo Goo Dolls, Plain White Tees, and Daughtry concert.
Daughtry. That's
Daughtry.
another old school. Another guy from American Idol.
Yeah.
yeah, but no, yeah, he definitely he's a beast too. That dude got some vocals.
So you auditioned for American Idol?
Yeah, no, I made it to the judge round, you know, where Katy Perry and Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie were.
Yeah.
I was the last day of judging, and I caught COVID. That was always nice. Yeah, so I woke up the audition day and I was like super like congested, and I was like, this is probably just the hotel room. You know,
You
probably
got the black lung.
Yeah, you know, just probably just a hotel room. And I was like, you know, just trying to drink water or whatever. But I knew something was kind of up because I couldn't like quench my thirst for some reason. But it was because I couldn't it was just, I couldn't really taste the water. So I was like, I just wasn't thinking, you know, I was so like foggy headed. And then like, basically I took pictures from like 6 and like we got lined up at 6 and I took pictures to like, interviews to like 11 and morning, and then they brought me in. They was like, okay, and then we got in a line. I was like, do we get like a vocal warm up or anything? They was like, oh yeah, you'll get to. And no, you didn't. So like they mic'd you up and brought you over here to like the door, you know, where Ryan Seacrest is and everything. And there's like 2 or 3 people that's in front of you, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm definitely gonna suck because I haven't like warmed up at all, and then like I'm congested. Anyways, so like talked to Ryan Seacrest or whatever, and then he, you know, was like, okay, and then you open the door and like walked in, and it was like it took me off guard because they're all like mic'd up. They're like mic'd. They have like their lapel mics or whatever, and when they talk, it's like super freaking loud. It's like booming, like when they're talking to you. I was not expecting that at all. And then like the room, it didn't have terrible acoustics, but it was really, they looked a lot closer on TV than what they were. I mean, they was like a long ways off, it felt like. So it felt like he was like yelling at them. But yeah, no, that definitely didn't make it to the next round. They said that definitely didn't make it to Hollywood. But yeah, I played Take Me Home, one of my originals, because I made it that far on originals. So I was like, you know, might as well sing one. So ended up playing Take Me Home, and I was super congested. Like I was all like nasally. I know I was. And you know, by the time I got done, I was like just ready to leave. But yeah, they was like, yeah, so have you like ever thought about like, you know, taking, you know, some vocal lessons? I was like, no, I haven't had any vocal lessons. And then Luke said yes, and then Katie and then Lionel was like, I just think that you need to, you know, like to move to Nashville or something. I'm like, that's the most cliche answer you could possibly, you know, say, is like move to Nashville. And I'm like, yeah, move to Nashville and we'll do what? Like just go there? Like, I don't know. But anyway, just exists. Anyway, so it already had some like connections down in Texas, and it was just like, to me, Texas is such a more broad, you have such a broad scene here to where, you know, it ain't like just a strip of bars, you know, in Nashville to where you play. I'm not saying Nashville isn't great because I've never really been there, like singing and playing and stuff. But I mean, I just feel like you can really like go to like Texas and Oklahoma. This southern scene is to me better than Nashville because it's such just a big area to play at. So I feel like you can meet more people and more people can follow you.
Yeah, huge following, lots of support. I mean, and it's weird, you know, you be in the red dirt music scene and you could be like the biggest thing there, and then you go up somewhere like Nashville, and they're like, I never heard of you. That's kind of weird.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we talk about this a lot. Artists like Cody Johnson, I believe, have way bigger fan bases than most popular Nashville artists.
Oh yeah, and you can see on your, I mean, because these big labels, they'll like look at these Spotify listeners, because I mean, you have these huge social media followings of these people, but then you have these people that maybe don't have as big a social media following, but then you like compare their listeners, and you're like, okay, like I mean, Morgan Wade is a perfect example. Great artist. She's kind of got that edge to her voice. She's different than Nashville. But then you look at like Tristan Mraz, and he got like the same amount of listeners. Or you look at, I mean, you look at Zach Bryan. That's a perfect example of not like, to me, that's when it was really saw that like these high level, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of recording really wasn't necessary. I mean, he recorded in an Airbnb his first album, DN, and I mean, it just blew up, and everybody loved it. Nobody cared about how much 808 or how much bass or how much this or how much that was in it. It was just raw. And then you got Morgan Wade that has a real good mixed album. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like overpowering. It's very much like you can hear her voice. It's real raw. I mean, to me, it's not like super overproduced like some of this stuff.
Yeah, that overproduction, they kind of try to make they try to make the song with all the prettying up versus letting the music speak for itself.
So there's a lot of different ways I see artists go about things. You got people who are blowing up on TikTok right now who record their songs in a way that sound like Nashville, like pop country and all that kind of stuff, to kind of give them that more
wider base.
Yeah, that feeling. And then you got the artists who are like strictly like Texas, Appalachia, like that just want that raw feel to their music. And Nashville doesn't know what to do when it comes to independent artists. Artists like Cody Johnson, there's a reason why he hasn't blown up nationally, because they won't play him on the radio and all that kind of stuff. They recently just said that his song "Dear Rodeo" is too rodeo for country radio.
Yeah, even when I put out Deep End, they said it was too. When I put out Deep End, I mean, some people said it was too rock and roll for Texas radio, and I'm like, have you heard Texas radio? I feel like I heard.
It's
I was like,
pretty much radio stations they only want to play the hits, but songs don't become hits necessarily unless they play them.
Yeah, and I mean, but then again, it just goes back to like I will tell anybody this. I feel like Spotify is more of a discovery platform. Like everybody worried about, I want to get paid. I'm like, who cares? Like I want people to listen to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody to me looks at Spotify numbers, not even Apple Music numbers. I went number 1 on iTunes. Okay. That's awesome. But like, okay, you know what I mean? Like then you have these people that's on the radio. I have a number 1 song on the radio. Okay. Well then let's see what it does on Spotify. And it's like got no streams. Like it really doesn't translate. I feel like if you're going to have a song on the radio, that's your whole goal, is you'd want that to transfer into like streams. Like, just, I mean, even as a business model, if you was looking at it, like you'd want like one platform to transfer to another platform to transfer to the other platform. Like you want the same people listening to that, not just on the radio every 10 songs,
Right. And we live in a day and age where everybody and their mama got either the aux cord or Bluetooth in their vehicle. I just moved to Tyler, over a week ago, and I have not found a radio station at all. I've just been listening to my music on my phone.
I haven't listened to one radio station other than to hear I think Emily Kingston's song on the radio that's on that 95.9 The Ranch, and then Dustin Massey's song. I've listened to both of theirs on the radio, and that was voted, and that was about the only time I've listened to the radio.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't have Spotify. I have Apple Music, but Every time you're on, you search for somebody, it suggests other things for you. Like, if you like this artist, you may also like. And I end up discovering a whole bunch of, like, some days I'll just be on music. I'll even get on. I have Spotify too. I just don't have the paid version, but I'll just be on there just looking for new music, and it just be like that sometimes. And you find something you groove with. Just go through playlists and find what you like.
Yeah, because it's really all about that the algorithm. It's like that you might find one artist, but then you go down to the radio station on Spotify, and then it might have 15 other different artists on their radio station. And, it's weird how that works, how like one artist might be on like 20 other big people's radio station. And that's how like, that they're like discovered. Or like these big Spotify playlists. I feel like, they need to get the credit, like this Texas Music Now has really put a lot of these Texas country artists on the map. And I feel like without that, then it would have been hard.
I mean, there's a girl who she's from Longview where we're at. And she released her first single. She had like 100 monthly listeners, whatever. She just released her second, and within a day she had jumped up 500 monthly listeners, and just by being put on one of the bigger playlists.
What's her name?
Taylor Tomlinson.
Yep, I think I've listened to her song. Yeah. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but I'm pretty sure.
She's Hold Your Horses and something Texas. I don't know, but anyways, like Spotify is big when it comes to playlists and the radio thing. Like, you just gotta keep putting out songs from the heart that people can connect to, and eventually things will hit. I mean, you look at Aaron Watson, who's a big inspiration behind what we're doing at Country Underdog.
Yeah.
It took him like 11 years to kind of blow up, like from his first album that he released all the way to The Underdog, which went #1 on iTunes and all that kind of stuff. It says I became a overnight sensation in a little over 11, 10 years, whatever it says. And you just got to stick with it. And I know it can be discouraging whenever you really believe in what you're doing, what you're putting out, the songs that you're writing, and they might not be taking off. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of artists that you've come to listen to and all that stuff, and you hadn't really heard their early stuff. So I mean, like Cody Johnson. Whenever I first started listening to Cody Johnson, it was a little bit after Lorenzo. He already had 2 albums out before that, and so it took 2 albums for me to find Cody Johnson, pretty much, and so kind of got to look at it that way. Like not that it's unimportant what you're releasing right now, but it helps get you to where you need to be.
Oh yeah, and that was a cool thing. I don't know if I'm sure y'all have Grady Smith on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just how he like covers, like he'll cover artists' like early work and how they've like developed, and that I think that he was talking about with Zach Bryan. He's excited to see like how he came from Deanne to like now he's signed with a record label to see like what comes out next and how good it is,
And he's covered Gabe Lee a lot since his first stuff. What
was his album, like Honky Tonk Hell or something like that?
Honky Tonk Hell. That's his most recent one. He had a couple just home recorded albums that seen before that, and so I mean, it takes time.
Oh yeah. I think I'm truly. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say absolutely, because whenever I find somebody new, I always go back and listen to a little bit of all their stuff, whether it's 10 albums or 2 albums, just because each one is a different part of your life. Not every album comes from the same place in your heart or the things that you're feeling, and things change, things morph, people grow, and I think that's kind of cool to see growth. And a lot of people, I always talk about, whenever I listen to somebody's album, I try to listen to it in order that they put it in, whether it's meant to be or not. You know, I feel like that's their story they're trying to tell, whether it's meant to be or not. And I just think it's really cool. You know, you go back and listen to like an early album, and you end up finding a song that you like love. Like, man, this is a badass song, but you know, you don't really hear it, you know, anywhere except for
because it's kind of past its time.
Right.
Yeah.
I did the same thing when I really started listening to Cody Jinks a long time ago. He made a lot of like little EP albums and a whole lot of different sounds coming in there. And, you know, he's still making great stuff. He redid a whole album because his first album they were like, we record this with like very little money, and, you know, we had very little resources to use, but we wanted to put it out.
But the songs are great. So, you know, it's just now he got some, you know, a bigger fan base to where he can bring them, you know, one songs that were so great back to, you know, back to life, you know, with, you know, better engineers or whatever. Yeah, I definitely think that, you know, I mean, for the amount of time I have been down in this area, you know, I've just been moved down here since January and really just started, you know, back in 2019, I just started trying to work the scene from a distance as much as possible. Like, you know, just trying to, you know, follow people from that area and like, you know, try to gain a following from this, you know, from this area as much as possible while I was gone. And, you know, just, I mean, I've been down here 6 months and, you know, I'm, you know, blessed just to even be playing as many places I am and, you know, just making a following. And, you know, even I think I have right now like 1,200 monthly listeners, but I mean, just right now, it's kind of like, you know, that's pretty cool just in a small amount of time, you know, hopefully, you know, it continues to grow, you know what I mean? But definitely, because there's people that put in years and years and years and might not ever get heard, but, you know, just to even have 1,200 people listening to you right now, I think that's kind of cool, you know, just for where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And I'm sure you have to kind of catch yourself sometimes, like stop, like don't think too much about like the fans and all that kind of stuff. Just write from your heart. And more people will connect with it than you think. I mean, Cody Jinks. We were talking about Cody Jinks. He said he doesn't ask for any reviews on the songs that he sings. He just kind of does what he does, however he wants. And if people love it, great. If they don't, whatever.
Just gotta raise some hells with some hippies and cowboys, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's the way it should be. I think it should just, like I mentioned earlier, you gotta play what you like, and if people like it, they do. If they don't, then I feel like as long as you're happy with it as an artist, because I mean, I know that some of the songs, like I wrote all the music and, you know, all the lyrics and stuff for my songs, but I know the Remember I'm Here EP, I played the guitar. It's just you know, it just wasn't that great of quality since it was in a tent. But I know Better Roses and Deep End, I didn't get to play the instruments on the, you know, on the tracks, and I always kick myself because I'm like, dang, you know, I wish I could have, even though I wrote the music and the chord progression, I wish that I could have been the one playing it. And that's the reason why I really focused on this album. And I think that you'll be able to hear a difference in the type of music that comes out these next group of songs, because I'm the one playing the guitar. I feel like you'll, you know, feel a little bit more soul and you'll be like, okay, yeah, you know, that's him playing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So do you have a website or anything? Where can people go to figure out where you're playing next, where they can see you?
I don't have a music website. I have just my Instagram, Dylan Westmoreland Music. And also my Facebook, Dylan Westmoreland Music. I do not have a Twitter. I kind of got off there as toxic as it was. Yeah. Yep. I don't have a Twitter. I just get aggravated at some of the stuff I see. But yeah, this is Instagram, Dylan Westmoreland Music, and Facebook, Dylan Westmoreland Music. And then I have my all my shows and stuff posted there. So
awesome, great place.
We got to get you an artist page on countryunderdog.com.
Definitely.
We got to get you a membership. That's something new that we're rolling out. The new award show voting's probably going to open up tomorrow for the nomination wise for the 2021 Country Underdog Award Show. So everyone go and check that out tomorrow and vote for your favorite artists. Dylan, thank you so much for hopping on. I'm sure we'll be in touch and we can do this again sometime in person.
Definitely. I really appreciate everything y'all do. You are awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
That's all we ask for. I mean, not in it for the money, just want to see y'all's dreams come true and just kind of be along for the ride.
Share our love of music. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Heck yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace out, man.
All right. Deuces.
All right. See ya.
Bye. I love you.
Love
You almost said it
you
back.
too. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.